Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for May 2023. Now, when I was shuffling the deck, I was getting some messages for you from my spirit guides. Most of the time messages do not come through, but for some reason there were a couple for you, which I'm going to give you before we get into the cards. There was kind of a warning about someone messing with your relationship. I did hear the devil, but then I was also getting that some of you need to be careful around a Capricorn or an air sign. There was also a message, and this might not be for everyone because some of you may not believe in this, but there was also a message about someone using magic, I believe, or spells to kind of mess with your relationships. So if that applies, you might want to be careful there in protecting yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the cards to see what is coming up for the month of May. And we're going to do 2 cards at a time. We're also going to look very carefully at the person that you love to see if there's any red flags or what are their next actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. If you'd like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com, and I'll place a link down below. Now, I did hear something about an air sign. So for some of you, that could apply since that was a channeled message, and then it's the first card that comes up. But for others, I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking, and there's way too much thinking about your current relationship or the person that you love. And I feel like you're coming into the month, almost kind of not really expecting much, because I feel like there's been way too much disappointment around this person. They've let you down just too many times to where you're kind of numb to their actions. You don't really expect much from them. You don't expect, kind of anything to get better. But, the message here is that for some of you, there is too much overthinking, especially for those of you where you're still coupled and you're still together. Kind of really, focusing too much on your problems. I feel like this situation could just get worse and bring you more unhappiness. So I feel like the cards are saying, if this person is trying to work on your relationship or make things better, try not to really overthink, the things that are going wrong. And, something needs to be done here. For some of you, you could be unhappy for so many different reasons. You could be unhappy maybe because you feel like this person, it should be trying harder, or you may not be feeling the connection. Yeah, there is something here. Yeah, when I said that, I feel like, okay, there's definitely a lot of messages for you guys here. Some of you might feel like there's, you're really looking at this person and you might kind of be thinking that this person doesn't feel the same way that you do. You might be overanalyzing their actions, things that they've said. And this is really taking its toll on you emotionally, where you're just, you're expecting the worst. Remember to not overthink this and just, let the relationship happen. Let me get a few more. See what we have here. Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Yeah, so for some of you, there's this that's going on up here could definitely be, somebody from the past where, you're just, there's a lot of thinking about this person, and kind of wondering, when are things going to change? When is this person going to reach out to me? And remember, we are going to look at them using this step right here to see what are their next actions, what are things that you need to know. But I feel like there's just kind of a lot of disappointment here. And for some of you, it is regarding someone from the past, where some of you might actually feel like, some of you might feel used by this person. Some of you might feel, remember the message that I was getting. Someone was trying to mess with your relationship. That's a message I received before I actually pulled the cards. And that is exactly what we have here. So you may kind of feel that, that someone else, perhaps, a third party, or maybe even someone that knows you and your ex, kind of ruined your relationship. But what I see here is, I feel like, you are kind of waiting. Perhaps you're waiting for this person to show up again. I mean, I feel like, this is definitely a past connection for some of you. If you're still together, then there is still a lot of emotional baggage that is still affecting your relationship, perhaps because, there's too much focusing on what happened in the past. But also for those of you where things, maybe it was something that you tried to forget about. Maybe it was something that was never talked about. Whatever this is from the past is really, it's working against your love life right now. And I also kind of feel like, if, whatever it is that's messing with your love life, whether it's kind of overthinking something from the past, or if you're waiting for someone from the past to appear in your life again, this sense of kind of disconnection from your feelings and not caring anymore could keep you waiting. Because remember, we are going to look at them to see, what does this person want? How do they feel about you? What's the next thing that they're going to do? I feel like there's, the unhappiness here. There's too much focus on what happened in the past. And, for some of you, you're just kind of really getting tired of waiting for the situation to get better. Let me get a few more. Okay, so we have the moon and temperance. So the moon and temperance here, this is a significant message for you that, there's a lot of things on your mind right now, and some are real and some are not real. So, whatever your situation is, because everybody's is different. This could be an ex for you. This could be your current relationship, your current marriage, an engagement. Right now, things are messy for the sign of Pisces. Things are really messy, and it's really easy to go overboard. This might be, if you're feeling unhappy in a relationship, you might really, kind of jump the gun and end the relationship, or you could accuse someone of something. The cards are really advising you, because things are so emotional in the month of May, try to not kind of push things to the extreme. Try not to kind of, push also a person's buttons. But also, some things that you believe to be true. I feel like there's something. I mean, there is something here. We'll see what comes up for your person. Some things you believe to be true are not true. You might think someone doesn't care about you, and they do. You might believe that someone doesn't love you anymore, and they do. I also feel like, waiting, to get the complete truth about someone is really gonna change like your whole relationship, the whole dynamic of what's going on, because there is a lot of things that you don't know and understand. I feel like there's just too much focus right now. The focus is just on heartache and really overthinking everything. And there are some things, again, I just keep getting, there are some things that you believe that are just not true. Okay, let's look at them now. Okay, so you're a person, kind of where are they in all of this? I feel like, especially for those of you where you're still a couple, or maybe, you're married, I do think that, this person is pretty stressed, just like you. But I don't see this person, kind of ready to give up. I mean, things are tough, but I still see them wanting to, move forward. I don't see them walking away from you. If this is your ex, because we did have the Six of Cups here, if this is your ex, it could be that, with this Ten of Wands, that there's perhaps there's too many issues around the relationship that are preventing them from taking immediate action. Because I do see, regardless of who this person is to you, current partner or ex, I do see them really stressed and really kind of, their energy is really low, even though part of them, wants to take some type of action to get closer to you or communicate with you. Something is bringing this person down and kind of, taking all of their energy, where this person is just, they kind of feel too exhausted to take action. It could also be maybe that, whatever it is that broke you guys up, even though this person does want to take steps to talk things over, they're really kind of feeling just really stressed and overwhelmed. Let's get a few more. Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that this person, they do want to try. Especially for those of you, I feel like those of you that, this is an ex and you've been waiting for a long time and you're feeling pretty hopeless, know that this person, that they are thinking about the relationship that you had. They are thinking about it. I mean, it's, it's right here. They're thinking about the relationship that you had, maybe the plans that you made. And, I do see them eventually taking action. You may not be seeing this yet, because I see you waiting, and you're waiting, in a very emotional way. You're waiting where you don't even expect anything anymore. That's how emotional you are. That's how, kind of fed up you are and frustrated. You don't expect anything from this person, but they are delivering something here. They are attempting to build a relationship, to get closer to you, to communicate with you. I do see this person wanting to take action, and eventually they are. I mean, right now this person could be really kind of weighed down about, by the way that you broke up and everything, but I see them here. They're going to try to take some type of action to kind of repair, this relationship or this marriage where, it was messed with, whether it's by, you know, a spell, which I don't think I've ever said that in any video. And I've been doing readings since I believe 2012. I've never said that in a video, but that came up for Pisces for May. Like I heard like dark magic and, you know, be careful around an air sign. And I think I also heard something about Capricorn. But, you know, I see this person, regardless of what someone is doing or the sabotage that happened, I see this person, like, you know, attempting to build a relationship. Let's get a few more. Okay. So you had the Queen of Swords, and now they have the King of Swords. You know, if this is your ex, you know, and I keep bringing up the ex situation because we've got the Six of Cups here. If this is your ex, I mean, especially with this King of Swords, you know, and it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But, you know, what I'm really getting, especially because you had the Queen of Swords, is that, you know, if this person walked away from you, if maybe, you know, there was no interference from anyone, and this person maybe just changed their mind, you know, that is the key right here. I feel like this person there's going to be a change of mind. They're going to look at the relationship from a different perspective. That is why I see them, you know, really attempting to kind of build this relationship again. And yes, this person may have stepped away from you. They may have, you know, decided to move on. They may have told you they were not happy. But I feel like they're going to, you know, kind of really think about this carefully. You know, and maybe, like I said, maybe there was no one meddling with the relationship. Maybe it was just, you know, their mistake. And ultimately, that's why that is the meaning of the Five of Swords. Someone just made a huge mistake that blew up in their face. And this could very well, I mean, this is what I'm seeing with this card, that there is, you know, kind of a change of mind. Let me get, you know, a card from another deck to confirm this. I'm looking at the King of Swords. This can also be for those of you where you're in a current relationship and this person is talking about ending things. Let's see why the King of Swords is here. What are they really thinking about? Okay. Let's focus on this card. So, you know, I wanted to see, you know, what they are thinking about. What are they thinking about, you know, when it comes to, you know, kind of ending the relationship or ending the marriage, or, you know, thinking about how they ended the relationship. Because I do see, I mean, there is suffering here. There is, you know, there is unhappiness, and there is for you as well. You know, I see on your side that for some of you, you might feel completely hopeless when it comes to this person. You might feel hopeless because it's been so long. Maybe the way things ended, it was just really cruel. And something might kind of push you to do something extreme this month. But going back to them, you know, I feel like this person maybe has had time to think about, you know, maybe their decision to end the relationship. They may have had time to think about, you know, why things ended. And, you know, there is a feeling of just unhappiness around this and of, you know, kind of disconnection. So this person may actually be missing you. So I don't want to leave you there. Let's see what else comes up around this. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, we've got Knight of Cups and Nine of Swords. So just going back to, these 3 cards: 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, King of Swords. Yeah, I don't really see this person, you know, if they told you they want, if you're kind of getting the feeling that you're losing them, or maybe you already lost them. I see this person trying to repair your relationship. They might be really, you know, kind of really weighed down right now to take action, but I see them taking action. And then here, you know, I see them wanting your relationship to continue, but this person is really stressed out and worried. They could be worried maybe that you're going to turn them down. They could be worried that you're not even going to speak to them. They could be worried that you're not going to forgive them, or you're not going to believe them. You know, I see them wanting to, you know, have your relationship or marriage continue, you know, but there is, you know, kind of a lot of fear. Fear is stopping this person. So this King of Swords, you know, kind of going back to why it came up, I think this person is really doing a lot of thinking about your connection. And for some of you, you know, I kind of get the feeling that you may not be on speaking terms with this person. There could be zero communication, but as far as like what's really going on with them, like there is like something huge brewing, because I see them, you know, like they're changing their mind. They might feel that, you know, I want my freedom, I need to move on. Maybe they felt like you know, the feelings for the connection were just not strong enough. But, you know, I do see regrets here. Like there was some, you know, something kind of messed with your relationship, which, you know, it just could have been this person's fears. Yeah, and for some of you, like I said, you might kind of be completely like in the dark. And that could be what we were seeing over here. Let me just move these cards around. You know, the advice for you for this month is kind of, you know, hold back on like any type of like huge, big decision, like, because you don't know everything yet. This person is going to tell you like the whole story, but also I feel like you don't really know how this has affected the other person. Like you don't know how much thinking, this is what's really happening. You don't know how much thinking this person is doing about your connection. And, you know, they're feeling, even though they wanted this, they're feeling unhappy. So the message here is like, don't do anything you might regret. You know, don't call them and, you know, just say, not that you're going to do this. Don't call them and tell them that, you know, you never loved them anyway. Don't do that. Or because this person is thinking about returning, they're rethinking kind of their decision to move on. And eventually they're going to take some type of action to kind of bring your relationship, you know, kind of back, and or your marriage. They might move back in if this is someone that had moved out. I feel like there are, you know, things to be revealed for the sign of Pisces in May. I feel like you're, you know, everything that you didn't know about the person, what they were thinking and feeling, you know, all of this is going to come to light. So all the question marks, you know, everything that you were wondering, this is all going to be revealed. And, you know who I'm talking to, whoever it is that is feeling pretty hopeless right now, where you don't even care. Maybe you don't even want to click on this video because, you know, you've lost all hope, but they haven't. They're doing a lot of thinking about their own decision. Okay, Pisces, this has been your love reading for May 2023. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.